The storm over Agbor hadn't stopped since the night Obina changed. The sky seemed to follow him, whispering with restless winds. He sat alone in an abandoned workshop, sweat slick on his brow, his eyes fixed on his hands. When he took a deep breath, the air itself seemed to stir, circling around him in small, invisible waves. He whispered to himself, "Control it, Obina. Breathe with it." As he focused, the dust on the floor lifted, hovered for a moment, and then gently settled back down. For the first time since it all began, he smiled. Then a voice cut through the silence from the shadows. "You're getting better." It was Nena Odu, the woman from the mysterious bureau. Obina stiffened, his brief moment of peace shattered. "How did you find me?" he asked, his voice tight. "You left a trail of strange wind patterns across Agbor," she said calmly, stepping into the dim light. Her expression suddenly darkened. "They're coming. Vortex Industries. They want what's inside you." He frowned, confused. "What's inside me?" "You absorbed a massive amount of kinetic plasma during the storm. You're alive because your body somehow merged with it. You're the first human to ever survive that kind of exposure." He looked away, the weight of her words sinking in. "You mean I'm an experiment?" Nena's voice softened just a little. "Maybe. But you have a choice, to control this power, or let it destroy you." Before Obina could even process that, a deep, menacing hum filled the air. Outside, the night began to glow an eerie red. Drones. And Nena's eyes widened in alarm. "It's too late. They found us." They bolted out the back door just as metal drones started firing taser rounds. Sparks exploded around them, lighting up the rainy night. Obina dove behind a crumbling wall, his breath coming in ragged gasps. "I can't fight machines." "Yes, you can," Nena shouted over the chaos. "You just have to listen to the wind." He squeezed his eyes shut, his heart pounding like a drum against his ribs. He focused, feeling the air around him thicken, charged with a strange, crackling energy. He thrust his hand forward, and a powerful shock wave of pure air slammed into a drone, crushing it into a mess of wires and metal. He froze, staring at his hand in disbelief. "I did that." "Good," Nena yelled. "Do it again." Obina spun around, unleashing another blast of concussive force. The gust sent 2 more drones tumbling helplessly into the night sky, but a third one fired back, hitting his shoulder with a sharp, stinging dart. A jolt of electricity ripped through his entire body. He screamed as his vision turned blindingly white, and then everything went dark. Obina woke up inside a sterile white chamber. The walls were cold, smooth metal, and the only light came from glowing blue strips along the ceiling. His wrists were bound by glowing energy cuffs. A tall man in a lab coat stepped forward. His name was Dr. Io Bakare, the head of Vortex Industries. "Obina Oko," he said smoothly, a predatory smile on his face. "You're exactly what we've been searching for." Obina glared at him, the pain in his shoulder a dull throb. "You're the one who sent those drones." Bakare's smile didn't falter. "Let's just say we've been observing your progress. You are living proof that kinetic plasma can successfully fuse with the human body. You, my boy, are Ikuku 2. Obina froze. "2? What happened to Ikuku 1? Bakare pressed a button on a nearby console. A hologram flickered to life in the center of the room. It showed a man standing in a lab, smiling faintly. A man Obina knew all too well. His father. "He was Ikuku 1, Bakare said, his voice devoid of emotion. "He tried to control the storm's energy, but it consumed him. His death taught us what not to do." Obina's voice broke. "You used him." "He volunteered," Bakare replied coldly. "And now, you will finish what he started." Suddenly, a distant explosion shook the facility. The lights flickered, and sirens began to blare. Smoke burst through the doorway as Nena stormed in, wielding a handheld EMP device. The cuffs around Obina's wrists deactivated instantly. "Come on," she shouted. They sprinted down the corridor as guards poured in, firing shock rifles that sent crackling energy bolts past their heads. Obina clenched his fists, feeling the wind inside the building tremble. He turned, and with a roar of effort, unleashed a roaring gust that sent the guards tumbling down the hall like leaves in a hurricane. Nena stared in awe. You're learning fast. He shook his head, the power surging through him. No, it's learning me. They burst through an emergency exit and ran out into the open rain. Thunder cracked overhead. Bakare's voice boomed from a loudspeaker behind them. You can to run from the storm inside you, Obina. Obina stopped and turned slowly, his eyes now glowing with a faint blue light. Then I'll run with it. He took a deep commanding breath, and the air obeyed. A powerful cyclone of wind spiraled around him, lifting both him and Nena off the ground and into the stormy sky. For the first time in his life, Obina Oko was flying. They landed miles away, deep in a forest near the river. Obina collapsed, exhausted, his clothes torn and soaked. Nena knelt beside him. You did it. You're free. For now. He looked at his trembling hands. It's like the air listens to me. It feels alive. She nodded grimly. And that's what scares them. He looked up at her, a question burning in his eyes. Why me? Why is this happening now? Nena handed him a small encrypted flash drive. Your father left this for you before he disappeared. It's everything about Project Ikuku. You need to see what he was really hiding. Obina took it, confused. You said he died. She looked away, unable to meet his gaze. That's what they wanted you to believe. Before he could ask another question, a violent, unnatural gust of wind tore through the forest. A strange, metallic figure floated above the trees, surrounded by swirling air just like his own, but darker, heavier, more violent. Obina's eyes widened. What is that? Nena whispered in horror. That's not wind. That's him, the other survivor.